two or three stories that we are going to concentrate on, but the first one, and that is very, very significant, is a looming terror threat in the national capital. Now, we have learned from our sources that 4 terrorists, and they're heavily armed, have entered the national capital. They are somewhere. They belong to the Jaish-e-Mohammed, and this is a serious issue. This tip-off, this intelligence is in possession of the Indian government, and they're trying their best to stop whatever these 4 terrorists are up to. Now, there's very limited information, and even if there is, it is being seen that obviously the administration or the people in the establishment are not going to talk about this very, very openly, because these are operational details. They're not spoken about very, very openly. But here is the information that we have. 4 terrorists of the Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed have entered Delhi, and they are planning a strike during festival season. Now, usually around festival season, it is seen that there is a heightened sense of security. There is always a threat perception, and given that fact, you see a robust security arrangement that is put in place. But this time around, the intelligence received is very, very specific. The intelligence received is that these are 4 heavily armed terrorists who are going to carry out an attack. Now, 3 or 4 things have happened, one after the other. Number one, this, right? And it has to be seen in perspective. Number 2, there was a state of high alert after intelligence warnings, and this was reported on NDTV a few days ago, where there is a terror plan to target Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. This information came a few days ago. The Home Ministry has also put out an alert to all the states following a threat naming 30 major cities, 30. That's the scope of the threat as of this moment. The criticism that comes by way of various experts, as far as the government is concerned and their intelligence is concerned, is that this is not actionable intelligence. There are 30 cities that you are talking about, and you have named all those people who already have a very high threat perception. So where is the specific detail as far as threat against these people are concerned? That's 1. 2, an orange alert was issued, which is a notch lower than the highest state of emergency, which is at place at important installations, particularly the airports. We have learnt that airports could be a potential target, and now we are hearing information that all airports in North India have been put on a state of high alert. Now, this too is something. Airports usually are a high threat zone. So what is the actionable intelligence in this regard is something that one has to see. But all this intelligence that has been gathered by the investigating agencies has to be read together to get a full picture. And number 3, there was a letter that was received on the 10th of September by the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, which was written in Hindi by Shamsher Wani, reportedly, of Jaish, who claims revenge for the government's abrogation of Article 370. And in that letter, there is mention of possible, not in that letter, but the intelligence along with this letter, because this letter was received by the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, the government feels that a potential target could be the North India Air Force bases. Now, this includes Srinagar, Avantipura, Jammu, Pathankot, as well as Hindan. These are the air bases. It's only Hindan Air Base which is very close to Delhi. It's in Ghaziabad. So, is this actionable intelligence? We spoke to security experts through the day, and they seem to say that yes, usually there is a threat perception, but this time around, based on the sort of information, sheer information that has come out, it's very clear that this is a little more than usual. Usually around festive season, the security agencies are on a state of alert, but this is very, very specific intelligence, and that has led to the security agencies working overtime. They are coordinating, from what we are hearing. The various wings of the government, intelligence wings of the government, are coordinating with one another, looking at leads. Now, there's an important point that needs to be understood here, and it is this. So if there is no actionable intelligence, if we assume that there is no actionable intelligence, then there is a view that should the government or agencies be talking or confirming, the presence of 4 terrorists? Will it not spread a sense of panic among the people? Do we know the nature of the attack that they are about to carry out? Also, if this is intelligence, then what happened to the intelligence when these Pakistan-based terrorists actually came into India? Why didn't we get the information of them coming into India? They, by way of our sources, we have learned they're heavily armed. And if they're heavily armed, then where is the intelligence of this? Why was this intelligence not given? So that's an important point that people often ask. But the security apparatus, the security establishment feels that if there is non-actionable intelligence and it is serious in nature, then there should be an effort made to make people aware so that they're alert, they're vigilant, and thus play the multiplier effect. They become a force multiplier for the security agencies and then can help in detecting any suspicious activity, thus helping the security forces thwart any attempt in the first place. So these are the 2 different ways of looking at the way in which the situation is being handled. Of course, it's never easy. You speak to any security expert and they will tell you that a terrorist has to be lucky only once, whereas the government, the agencies have to be lucky all the time. And that's why this becomes extremely tricky. So 3 pieces of intelligence that have been gathered. One is of a terror attack plan on Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah, as well as Ajit Doval. The other is the Indian Air Force bases, a potential threat, and airports in general being kept on a state of high alert. So 3 specific intelligence inputs, and of course 4 terrorists reportedly entering the national capital. This is a matter of great concern. The government realizes this is a matter of great concern, but they continue to maintain that people should not panic. There is no need to panic. There was a statement by MS Randhawa, who is the Deputy Commissioner of Police of Central Delhi. He says, and I quote, "We are on alert and taking all anti-terrorism measures. We are working on all inputs. There is nothing to worry." So the security agencies, the Delhi police and the various wings of the police are trying to say that one must not panic as of this moment. This is intelligence which has been shared and agencies are working on it. I guess being vigilant is the only thing that we can do. Coordinate better. Perhaps keep yourself informed about the surroundings. Now that we have learnt that there are 4 terrorists out there, we would expect that their whereabouts be known. In fact, the Delhi police carried out searches at 9 places. Raids were carried out at 9 places in the national capital. Since I just told you that they're carrying a lot of arms, they're heavily armed. So they use their local intelligence to try to figure out where these arms have been stored and what exactly is on the mind of these 4 Jaish terrorists and when are they going to strike, if at all, in this festive season. We'll keep tracking this story and all the latest right here on NDTV. That's a wrap from me. Thank you so much.